So it's been a month on the keto diet, and I know a good group of you are really interested in weight loss and all that stuff. So I'm just gonna break down what keto is first, break down some of the myths, and then I'll get into the more nitty gritty as far as what I do personally and what has been effective for me. So for starters, keto, what it is, it's a high fat, low carb diet. And what that entails is what's recommended is you have less than 50 grams of carbs daily intake, and that anywhere between 70 to 65% of your calorie intake should be fat, and then you fill the rest in with protein. So I usually start my count with fats, and then I do proteins, and I go, hey, I can swap out this protein for a carb or whatever, right? So my priority is to focus on fats and proteins and then look at carbs last. Okay. And then, so that's basically keto. And ketosis, that whole process is your body goes, hey, we're pumping insulin, but we don't have any sugar to really process, or barely any sugar to process. So then your liver starts promoting these things called ketones, which is basically something that just chews up the fat in your bloodstream, off your body, or what have you. And that's really all it is. You're just converting your primary food source, your primary energy source, from glycogen or sugars to fats and ketones. Pretty simple. You're just converting the system over. You're going from gasoline to diesel. That's all it is. You're just converting your fuel system. That is 100% it. And the body's a pretty incredible thing. Very adaptive. You just have to learn how to work with it and not so much against it. And with keto, I've lost 10 pounds in a month, having roughly an 1,800 calorie count for my daily calorie intake. Some myths about keto, or some misconceptions about it. Some people claim that you can eat whatever you want, so you can have a bunch of steak, and you have a bunch of bacon, a bunch of nasty stuff. And that's not necessarily true. It's actually not true at all. You still need to have good dietary fat. You still need to have good fiber in your system. You still need to have the micronutrients and all the other things associated with a healthy diet. The wonderful thing about keto is once you're actually in ketosis, you don't have carb cravings. You don't start craving sweet stuff because your body has converted over to a system where it's not concerned with sugars as a food source, because your body has recognized that, oh, crap, I can't get the sugars. I can't get the carbs. I can't get those easy things to break down anymore. I have to find something else that's reliable. And that's where the high fat content comes in. And your body goes, hey, we have a huge saturation of fat in our diet. Screw it. Let's start burning the fat. Let's start running fat. Because it's just not going to be focused on the sugars as much. And also your pancreas isn't going to be cranking out insulin going, give me the crack. Give me the crack. It's not going to be doing that as much, if at all. It's going to be doing the bare minimum with the very small amount of carbs you have in your system, because your body can't rely on it as an energy source anymore, which is wonderful. So that's when you know you're in ketosis. At least physiologically, you can recognize it, is you're not having carb cravings. You're not going, man, that cookie would be great. Man, I could go for a slice of toast. Won't even click in your system. So, and that's my personal experience. I haven't done the little, apparently there's a little whiz quiz you can take. You can urinate on a little tab, and it'll change colors if you have ketones in your system. I haven't done that, just simply because I don't feel it's necessary, because I physically can feel the difference when I'm in ketosis and I'm out of ketosis. And I've also thrown myself out of ketosis recently, due to the whole Super Bowl game. I went to a huge party, had a bunch of nasty ass food, and I feel the slump. I feel the slump for sure. So, but yeah, anyways, keto, you still need to have healthy fats, you still need your nutrition, you still need dietary fiber. If anything, you need a good amount of dietary fiber to kind of counteract the heavy amount of lipids you're putting into your system until your body gets used to it. Once your body gets used to it, you know, your cheeses, your beefs, your olive oils, um, you know, a lot of the casein and the casein proteins and cheese tends to hold things together. So you're a little bound up, have a little bit more, have more liquid fats. If you're a little too loosey goosey, have some harder fats and more fiber. Um, it's pretty easy. You can just play it by ear for the most part. Other thing too is keto. You still need a calorie deficit. You need a calorie deficit on keto. It's just like any other diet. It's just like any other human being, right? If you have enough energy, your body's not going to burn energy off yourself. And if you have too much energy, it's going to store the extra energy, right? It's a no. That's a no-brainer. That's how humans work. Keto is not a miracle pill. It's not something that's going to be revolutionary and change everything. It's going to help a lot, but you still have to put the steps in. You still have to do the processes. You know, taking a walk for 3 minutes a day at the very minimum, maintaining your mobility at a minimum, right? You can't just load up on bacon wrapped filet mignon, and guzzle a bottle of olive oil and call it good. Like, no, that will kill you. That will literally kill you. Don't do it. So yeah, with keto, you still need exercise. You still need movement. Your body's still going to adjust to your calorie intake, and it's going to adjust to the energy you're putting in versus putting out. So you're eventually going to have to start cutting back on calories as you lose weight, or increasing your calorie deficit through exercise as you lose weight, because your body will adjust to those things. Your body's really good at adjusting to those changes. That's its whole job. Its whole job is it doesn't want you to lose weight, and it doesn't really want you to gain weight. It kind of wants things just to be the way they are and be all hunky-dory. That's all homeostasis is, right? To keep the status the same. That's homeostasis, right? To keep the status the same. So it doesn't really want you to lose weight, doesn't really want you to gain weight. So if you can trick it and lose a little bit of weight at a time, like I'm doing, you know, about 2-3 pounds a week, bada bing, that's perfect. Stay there, maintain that. That's your lifestyle now until you get to a certain target. Then it can change things up. Yeah, so that's a big thing with keto. You still need a deficit. You can't have too much of a deficit, otherwise your body will overreact. And you need just enough of a deficit where your body's like, yeah, I'm losing a little bit or whatever, you know, it doesn't freak out, right? And that's why a lot of these crash diets really fail, is because people will put their bodies into like a shock-like state. It'll shock the system. And then it'll make very drastic adjustments in order to maintain what's going on. Because if you lose weight way too quickly, your body's going, ooh, whoa. We need to make them tired. We need to make them a little lethargic. We need to really lower the activity levels, because if we can't be losing weight too fast. And then you gain weight too fast, and you'll be sick and sluggish, but that's for a different reason. Body's basically going, hey, we need to stop him from moving around so he doesn't eat so much. It's just doing its best to maintain the status. So yeah. Find a window, a bracket, as far as, you know, where your calories should be sitting. And if you see results, stay there. Don't get into this ego trip of like, well, I could be losing more. I could be doing so much. No. Your body's as efficient as it is, a very efficient machine. Whether you believe it or not, it's an incredibly efficient machine. So when you start seeing the weight going away, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep swimming, right? Duck in the pond. Just keep swimming. Chill out. Do what you're doing because it's working. Don't change it because you want it to work better. Because that's when things get a little hectic as far as stress and cortisol and getting weird acne breakouts and stuff, because your body's chemistry's all over the place just trying to keep you alive. That's really all it's trying to do. It's just trying to keep you alive. So if you notice some weight loss, maintain that. Monitor your stress levels. I keep a journal, things like that. So that's huge. I'll be posting like a paper guide as far as what I eat, what my calories are, what my routine looks like, all that. But I just want to let you guys know that like this is the gist of keto. It's not a miracle thing. All it is you're just altering your chemistry and your body going, okay, these are the new parameters. This is what we're going to operate under now. And it is sustainable if you do it right. And just remember that it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. Diets go away, lifestyles are maintained. So just have that mindset when you step into this environment where you're going to change things over. It is a lifestyle, and there's plenty of resources online as far as ensuring that you are shooting for the right macros, you're shooting for the right nutrition, all that stuff. In a later video, I will give a little bit more of a preview as to what I'm eating specifically, but I want to at least let people know, hey, this is what it's like, here's what's going on. And it is sustainable if you do it right. It's not a crash diet, it's a lifestyle change. And as long as you embrace that mindset when you walk into this environment, you'll be successful and you'll get what you need out of it. But that's it for now. I will talk to you guys later.